Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Bull Bay triple murder victims identified. Police have identified the individuals who were killed in triple murder in 8 Miles Bull Bay, St. Andrew on Sunday morning. They are Kevin Bonfield, 26, otherwise called Killy Killy, of Whitehall, St. Thomas; Arvin Hurwitz, 29, otherwise called Mr. Bean, of Pleasant View, Bull Bay, St. Andrew; Earl Jackson, 54, otherwise called Presley, of Pleasant View, Bull Bay, St. Andrew. Reports are that about 12:10, all three men were along the roadway when they were approached by a group of armed men who opened fire, hitting them. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, the men were seen with gunshot wounds. They were pronounced dead at hospital. In the meantime, the police are appealing to anyone with information on the incident to contact the Elliston Road Criminal Investigation Branch at 876-928-4200, Crime Stop 311, or Police 119 emergency number. Investigations are ongoing. Burnt body found with severed hand beside it in Bedward Gardens. Police on Saturday found a burnt body with one of his hands severed and placed beside it. The weird discovery was made along Lincoln Avenue in Bedward Gardens, Kingston 13. Commanding officer for the Kingston Western Police Division, Senior Superintendent Michael Phillips, said though the body was burnt beyond recognition, it is suspected that the deceased is from the area. "We are awaiting examination of the body," SSP Phillips told reporters, adding that initial investigation suggests the deceased may be of unsound mind. It is reported that about 12:15 p.m., police acting on information went to the community and discovered the unidentified body at the rear of the premises on Lincoln Avenue. Police say the body appeared to be in its early 20s, about 5 feet 8 inches tall. Following investigations, the body was removed to the morgue. 1 killed, 2 injured along Windward Way. Detectives attached to the Kingston East Division are investigating a shooting on Windward Way, Kingston 2 on Saturday night, which left 1 man dead and 2 others nursing gunshot wounds. The deceased has been identified as 46-year-old Arby Myers, otherwise called Dangles, barber of a Windward Way address. According to reports, all 3 victims were on the roadway playing a game of cards at approximately 10 p.m. when a motorcycle with 2 men aboard approached them. It is alleged that the pillion disembarked the motorcycle and opened gunfire at the men before both made their escape. The police were summoned and all 3 victims were transported to the hospital, where Myers was pronounced dead. The other 2 men were admitted in stable condition. No motive has been established for the shooting. The police are appealing to anyone with information on the incident to contact the Elliston Road Criminal Investigation Branch at 876-928-4200, Crime Stop at 311, or Police 119 emergency number. Men rob motorcyclists with scissors, knives, 1 arrested. One of 3 men who allegedly held up a man with scissors and knives and robbed him of his motorcycle has been arrested and charged with robbery with aggravation in relation to the incident, which occurred on Pineapple Main Road, Old Charles in St. Anne on Friday. Charged is 20-year-old Javon Dixon, otherwise called Biggs, a construction worker of Silver Heights in the parish. Reports are that about 2:30 p.m., a man was sitting on his Zamco motorbike, which 3 men approached him, armed with scissors and knives, and robbed him of his motorcycle and then fled the scene. Shortly after, the victim and 2 other men reportedly went in search of the assailants and accosted one of the robbers. He was brought to the police station and a report was made. The police then went in search for the other perpetrators and the stolen motorcycle. The motorcycle was later found along a dirt track, the police said. Dixon was charged on Saturday, June 4. 2 killed in tour bus collision, guns, ammo found in car. The Hanover police have reportedly seized 2 firearms from the scene of a fatal collision in which 2 alleged gunmen lost their lives on Sunday. The incident took place on a section of the Northern Coastal Highway in an area called Mosquito Cove in the parish. Details surrounding the incident is sketchy at this time, but according to reports, early afternoon a car with 3 men aboard and a tour bus were traveling in opposite direction when the car collided head-on with the tour bus. It is understood that the occupants of the tour bus received minor injuries. Two of the men who were in the car reportedly died on the spot, while the other was rushed to hospital. The firearms were reportedly found in the car. Former charge in 2-year shooting with intent case. A man who allegedly opened fire at a group of men who were searching for a cow has been charged with 3 counts of shooting with intent and illegal possession of firearm in relation to the incident, which happened in Baggy Lane, Smithfield, Westmoreland in July 2020. The accused has been identified as 27-year-old Odin Cooper, a farmer of Wharf Road in the community. Cooper turned himself into the police at the Savannah Lamar Police Station, accompanied by his attorney on June 1, 2022, almost 2 years after the incident. Reports are that about 12:15 p.m., 3 men were searching for a stolen cow when, on reaching Baggy Lane, Cooper reportedly opened gunfire at the men, who subsequently fled. A report was made to the police and an investigation launched. Cooper was charged on June 4. His court date is being finalized. Nothing rosy about Bedward Gardens now, people say. With nightly shootings, a somewhat fresh triple murder that rocked the community a month ago, and tense and fear blanketing the community up to this day, residents say Bedward Gardens in St. Andrew is no longer a bed of roses. In line with reports from Superintendent William Skeller of the St. Andrew Central Division, that there are repeated trade-offs of gunshots between thugs because of presumed gang war between the Bedward Gardens Gang and Color Red Gang, also known as Gaza Gang. Residents complained bitterly to reporters about the situation in their community. Last week, Kelso said the police would be clamping down on the criminal elements affecting the area. We have shootings nightly in the Bedward Gardens area, and we believe that it is the gangs at each other. However, we are relentless, and there are major several operations in the trend for this culprit. I'm going to lead one of the biggest military police manhunt for these persons because most of them are properly wanted in relation to the triple murder, he said. Since the start of the year, there have been 30 murders and 23 shootings in the St. Andrew Central Police Division. It is unbearable now. It is very unbearable every night. Pure shootings and war and running up and down. We need a change. We need something to happen around here in Bedward Gardens because we're sick and tired, one woman who lives in Bedward Garden told reporters. You can't walk at night, so you hurry up and try to do things in the day. Shop and the little trained business people have to be locking up early. Nobody don't want to get caught up in anything and lose their lives. Though multiple shootings were noted, Kessler clarified, however, that there have been no murders in the community since the triple murder. The two gangs are at each other nightly, creating mayhem, causing a lot of the residents to be really afraid. Even the security forces are afraid. However, we are relentless in pursuing them and bringing them to justice. In many occasions, the police and the JDF are in the middle, and the terrain is not of such, so it is very risky for our military personnel and police officers out there. Another resident, a 28-year-old man, told reporters, "We know this did go happen. Remember me myself tell reporters that this was going to happen after the triple murder. We tell the people them that you soon hear about reprisal and hear that innocent people get caught up. It not surprising. It only said that we don't see it in the big news unless people dead. Nobody not talking that we fear for our lives. We have to dead first." The triple murder judged residents in the wee hours of Saturday, April 30. Reports are that about 4 a.m., thugs pounced upon 24-year-old Rashid Boppy Edwards, 18-year-old Keena Brainsry, and their friend who was identified as Jackson at a shop in the community. Police were alerted, and when they arrived, Edwards, Ray, and Jackson were discovered lying outside the shop, a dirt track vicinity near the football field with gunshot wounds. They were pronounced dead at hospital. The police has released 10 names of persons of interest they say may assist them in investigations. Last week, Kessler revealed that 2 of those 10 people reported to the police were questioned and provided useful information. On Saturday, May 28, Kevin Trigger Wright, 26, an engineer from Augusttown Road, St. Andrew, was charged with the murder of Ray, Edwards, and Jackson after a question and answer session with his attorney. Wright was charged with wounding with intent, illegal possession of firearm and ammunition. The owner of the shop where the 3 men had stopped to make purchases told reporters that the lack of street lights also contribute to the fear among residents. We don't have any street light run on our block. That makes the place more tense now with all that is happening. You can't really see what's happening outside after a certain time. It has always been like that. From I came here, we had no street light. Another resident applauded the police for their efforts thus far, but demanded more urgency in taming the gangs wreaking havoc in the community. Imagine how fed up we are. Imagine the children too. We want the police to stay on top of this and not just give us a 9-day talk. We know them are work and investigate, but we just remind them that this is grimmin right now. Jamaica to become hub for integrated ballistics identification system in the Caribbean, says Chang. Jamaica's Institute of Forensic Science and Legal Medicine is poised to become the hub for the integrated ballistics identification system in the Caribbean region. This is according to Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang, who made the comment during his recent contribution to the sectoral debate in the House of Representatives. Chang said this was made possible because of the continued upgrade to the IFSLM's personnel and facilities. We now have one of the finest forensic science and legal medicine institutes in the Western Hemisphere, which is comparable to any in the North America. Our crime management and investigative capacities have significantly improved recently through technological advancement in forensics, Chang boasted. The security minister said that after some initial issues, we have now completed the necessary work to get our DNA technology operational and functioning optimally. He also said Jamaica now has one of the finest ballistics units, while the country's pathology service will be significantly boosted with the completion of a state-of-the-art forensic pathology autopsy suite this financial year. Today, not only do we have the capacity to serve the Jamaican society, but our Caribbean neighbors as well, he stated. Meanwhile, he said the multi-million-dollar autopsy suite, which is being constructed on Orange Street in downtown Kingston, is 15% completed and should be ready during the course of the current financial year. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.